Hi there, this is Sheena Rowlands and today I'm sharing with you my latest layout for Pinkfresh Studio. For this layout I'm using two of their cut files. The first one is Countdown, which is numbers 0 to 25, and then this is Labels 1. There's lots of cut files available in their store, really worth you checking them out. So this is the last layout I'm making for them for this year, 2021, so that is why I decided I would actually make this layout all about 2021. And for a change, I'm not going to focus on any of the negative things that the world has been going through. I'm actually going to look at some of the positive things that happened to my immediate family. So it's like the last page in an album. That's, for me, that's what it's going to be like. So the photographs are just 2-inch square. I've tried to do at least one for every member of my family, just so I can document some of the little things that have happened, some of the memories that I really want to keep from 2021. So I'm actually using a hip kit from, I think it's November 21. You can correct me because I always think I'm going to label the bags when they arrive and I never do. So I know it's an autumn 21 kit. So I'm just going through it. There's a lot of Pinkfresh Studio, the Best Day range, plus some exclusives of their own. So I'm just going to go through all the ephemera. So obviously I'm looking for pieces that aren't going to swamp the photographs, but are going to help document the stories that I want to tell. So I make a pile of maybes, and I've definitely got a pile of no's, and these are the chipboard flare from Pinkfresh Studio, and I'm going to cut a few of them off with the backing intact so that I can actually move them around and see if they fit with the stories that I'd like to tell. So it's the first time I've done a layout like this to put in the end of an album, but I thought it would be quite fitting this year because it has been a funny old year, all over the world obviously, but for us here in the UK as well. And there's some nice little moments that I wanted just to remember and record on here. So as you can imagine, because the photographs I'm taken from lots of different moments, they're lots of different colours. So when I saw this Pinkfresh Studio, and I think that's Harvest Market, the paper, I thought that would be perfect actually, that I've left there on the left, but I actually will cut it up shortly so I can use some of the colours to go behind the photographs. Just out of interest, the background paper with the scallop, I think that's called Welcome Home, which I thought was quite a nice name as well. And I think that really holds the layout together. So I've chopped up the Harvest Market paper, and I'm just looking to see what colours look good behind which photographs. And I want to, they're really nice soft pastel colours, so I'm quite happy to introduce lots of different colours, and I will continue that through as I start to do the documentation. So I'm just marrying them all up so that each photo gets at least one layer as it goes round. I think those stars too from the hip kit, they're really nice. So I've got some cardstock, and I've picked out some colours that go with the Harvest Market paper. And what I've done is I've actually die cut on the silhouette the Labels 1, and I've actually altered the shape of some of them so they actually can fit different size journaling on them. And I'm going to try and add those to each photo. So I'm going to use the outline of the label, and I'm going to stick it onto something where I can actually journal in the centre. So it doesn't necessarily need to be white, but it's going to be slightly different to the actual edge, so you can actually see that they're labels. I think it's ideal that you can actually change the size of them on the silhouette and just cut them to your own specification. I use labels in a lot of my scrapping, and including Project Life, so to be able to change the size of them is really useful to me. So I'm just looking at some of the squares of the Harvest Market that I've got left over, see if there's any of those that would be perfect behind any of the die cut labels. So I think I've got one for each photograph. I'm just going to start to think about getting everything into position. So I want the numbers to be reasonably central. I did have a quick look at it there with the ruler, but if it's a little bit off, it's very difficult. If you've watched my videos before, you know that I stand up when I scrap, so I tend to lean over quite a bit. You may see my head a few times in my videos. but it gives you a completely different perspective on what you're making if you're standing above it. And I find generally I can actually get things pretty central because I'm actually looking over the top of it rather than at an angle. So starting there on the right, I'm starting to stick the layers together with the photograph and some little bits of ephemera. So that I've stuck a pair of glasses to that because in the photograph that's me at work, in my new job, in my new uniform, and obviously I've got my glasses on above my mask. So that's perfect for that. In this bottom one, this is my mum and her latest grandchild doing a bit of baking together. And it's just one of those little moments captured that is just, it just needs a mention. So I think the little house chipboard flare is perfect for that. I've come to the photo at the bottom. This is my dad, and he was honoured with an award this year, so that definitely needs to get a mention. And this one left in the left bottom, this photo was taken on a beach on the Isle of Wight this summer. And it's really there to represent the fact that we have had a bit of a chance this year to see family and friends. And I wanted them to have a mention, just that we've actually not been stuck at home totally for 2021. And that it's certainly made us appreciate the people in our lives. You may see the 21 balloons on another photograph there. That was my daughter's birthday. And the top left photo, we had an engagement as well. So our life has certainly continued during this year with lots of things worth recording. So I'm just working my way around, putting them together, making sure I've got space to journal. I've put the vellum sticky stars they're acetate stars from the hip kit. I've actually stuck them onto some of the packaging from this range, just so that actually I can raise them up. Also, it means that you can see the image on them a little bit better. And so I've cut them out. I've used the packaging from the range because actually the shade of white I find seems to be the same. If you just stuck it onto white cardstock, there's so many shades of white. It's unbelievable, really. So by using the packaging from the same range, I find that it's normally quite tonal and it doesn't stick out too much. So I'm now going to start to position some of these in and stick them down. Those chipboard flare, I really like those. I've just added that to the corner of that photograph. I don't really want it to be too regimented. Obviously there's 9 photographs around. I do apologise, there's 8 photographs around the numbers, and obviously they do form a grid, but it doesn't need to be too precise. I just want them to document the little things. So I'm just going to work my way around using a bit of double-sided tape and a bit of foam in places just to get those in the right place and secured down. I really think it's worth trying a layout like this just to finish off an album. I'm sure there's people that already do this, but it was the first time for me. But these cut files were perfect for this. Now, if you like what you see in this video and you'd like to see some more, just subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. It's much appreciated. This is one of the lockdown skills that I learnt with the help of a couple of very clever, scrappy friends. So, yes, I'd appreciate your support if you like what you see. If you have any questions over this layout or how I cut the cut files or printed the photos or any other questions that you have, please leave them in the comments below and I will be happy to answer any of them. So here it is all stuck down with a bit of dimension that you can see, and here's the full image in all its glory, and there's some close-ups too for you to enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Please take care and hopefully we'll see you in 2022. Bye for now.